Hey friends, welcome to another one. Thanks for joining me. Sorry for any lapse of videos here. Life's gotten a little crazy for me and my family. For those of you that don't know me personally outside of these videos, my dad suddenly passed away on May 2nd. And I just haven't, due to all the craziness that revolves with that, I haven't been able to get out fishing. And yeah, so let's get into this. This video, as you can imagine, fishing has been tough for me since his passing, and I've only gotten out 2 or 3 times. Once before this video, and I hadn't done so good. My heart wanted to fish, but my head was cloudy and preventing me from really doing what I normally do. And the day before my dad passed, he passed on a Monday, and on Sunday we were working on the boat, and he mentioned that he missed eating striped bass, that he hadn't had it in a long time. So I said, Dad, don't worry, we'll kill the stripers this year. We'll focus more on stripers in the beginning part of the season instead of tautog like we did last year. I'm not a big striper eating fan, but he was. So we were going to make that effort this year to get him a couple stripers in the freezer. So as you can imagine, it became my personal vendetta. I had to do it once, get that out of my head, and that's what this trip was all about. Started out in the Providence River. Don't mock me for spot burning. Everyone knows it's there. You drive over 195 and poof, you see 100 boats. So start out in the river, gonna find some marks and gonna try different lures and stuff. But eventually, this will be an expose on how to snag pogies and live line them.
Dad, you'd be throwing this, wouldn't you? Let's just try casting it, working it up this. If that doesn't work, I'll start jigging it.
Lures didn't work, so I was able to find a school of menhaden or pogies on the fish finder, and I was able to snag them and get some live bait. Now, prior to this clip, I had landed another fish with a nice 34-incher. You'll see that in a few minutes here. I'll show you the fish itself, but I was not able to get that on video for a bunch of different reasons. So if you're not familiar with this type of fishing, it's just a big weighted treble hook. You can see it in my hand there. And you snag these big baits called pogies or menhaden. And normally I would put it on much of a rod like I have the snag rig on, but I had my dad's fishing rod that I bought him that I wanted to get a striper on. And we usually use that setup for trolling. But it works good for live bait too. It's just a little big for this size fish. But it works great. I got a 9-aught Mustad circle hook on there. I like a minimum purchase right above the head, so that's just little flesh as possible to hold it on. Really, the best thing is I've seen guides and stuff do is they will bridle it or whatever. They basically sew it on with a needle. Sorry for the noise in the background of this audio. My son is beating his toys with a wooden sword. So you see that menhaden go out, and you'll see a striped bass explode on it in just a few seconds here.
should be here. Me.
What do you think, buddy?
Whoa, look at that thing. It's like almost as big as you are.
Let's see.
Don't touch the blood.
I'll open the door home and Can you open it up?
I'm trying.
Sorry, it's heavy.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. How was that reeling that baby in?
Good.
Good job, Jace. Go inside so Daddy can get in. Oh my gosh. It's like almost as big as my legs. Dang. Look at it. Okay, it's on.
Just pulled this out of the striper. Nice menhaden. Like I said earlier, I'm not a huge striped bass fan as far as eating. Great fish to catch, and they're decent eating, but I prefer other fish, so why not just leave the stripers alone? But my dad loved it, and he would have loved this recipe, so here we go. With any big white flesh fish like this, you've probably heard me say this before, fat is your friend. Fish dry out, especially on the grill like we're doing here. So a nice generous coating of olive oil. That helps your spices stick and all that as well. This is what you call fish on the half shell, meaning, so I skinned it, and I did this off camera before I filleted it there. I rubbed off all the scales. This straight bass is actually really easy. with that. And this is real simple. Just lemon pepper seasoning. Be careful, there's a lot of salt in that, so go light. Some garlic powder. And yeah, real simple. And then later you'll see I'll make a little sauce, just butter and garlic. Saute up the garlic in about a quarter stick of butter and spoon it over the fish. Like I said, fat is your friend on these white flesh fish. They can get dried out pretty quick. Alright, here we go. As I said already, I lost my dad on May 2nd. It was a big part of my life. Taught me a lot about fishing. I taught him a lot about fishing. Grew up together. He loves striped bass. On this new boat, we never got a chance to catch a keeper and eat it. So since he passed, it was just in my head that I had to happen really fast. Saw a couple, father and son out fishing today. So if you're watching this, cherish those moments. If you're out fishing with your loved ones, you just never know. Now I know my dad's in heaven. He didn't just know John 3:16, he lived it. He loved God with all his heart, soul, and mind. And I know one day I'll see him again, but it's just hard to see him go. But I know his legacy lives on. His grandson can't wait to get on the boat. Alright, let's eat this. Like I said, I just wanted to keep it real simple. Grilled striped bass with butter garlic glaze with lemon pepper seasoning. Oh, that's good. Man, it's been a long time since I've eaten striped bass. If you're watching this and you're one of those people who can't believe I'm eating striped bass because it's a sport fish, screw you, it's totally within the legal limit. You'll have one fish a day. This is right at the slot limit. It's about a 33-inch fish, and they're good. I actually prefer tautog and flounder and sea bass to striped bass, but it's absolutely delicious and it's a lot of food, especially if like you got a bunch of people coming over. I believe we're gonna have somebody else eat this in a minute. My wife decided not to eat it because she's still nursing, and these big predator fish tend to be pretty high in mercury. So, all right, guys, just wanted to share this with you now. Now I can get back to filming and fishing without this looming over my head. All right, guys, God bless, tight lines, and get the heck outside.